Welcome to the Money Manifestation Mastery podcast with your host, Lara Waldman, where we talk all things money. Big money, big purpose, big power. Waking up your wealth for heart-centered business owners and entrepreneurs. In today's episode, we'll be speaking about how to break unhealthy habits. I'll be sharing my step-by-step process to transforming any unhealthy habit that is stopping you or blocking you from creating, from manifesting the business, the finances, the life that you truly desire. Let's dive in. On my adventures of money manifestation mastery, I've had to face the uncomfortable facts that there have been some unhealthy habits that were holding me back from stepping into the life that I truly desired. I had many unhealthy habits that were unconsciously or consciously sabotaging me from moving forward. I have used this simple yet powerful process time and time again to transform unhealthy habits and redirect that energy to be working for myself rather than against myself. It is completely normal to have certain habits that are consciously or unconsciously holding you back. And I want to help you to transform that. Even though it's normal, what's not normal is to actively work with these habits to transform your life for the better. I've had to work through a lot of pain and shame when it comes to unhealthy habits. There were a lot of things that I've done in my past that I didn't feel good about. This was around food in the early days, alcohol, drugs, avoidance. There have been lots of ways that I have unconsciously or consciously sabotage myself. I've had unhealthy habits that I've needed to transform and turn around. It's not fun doing this work. It's not comfortable. But when you're really clear on what you want and why you want it, then you're willing to overcome any obstacle in order to get there, in order to create the life that you truly desire. And once I found that there are certain habits that were holding me back, that were stopping me or blocking me from creating the life, the business, the finances that I desired, then I was willing to look at it and ultimately change it. I've developed a step-by-step process to transform any unhealthy habit. I developed this because I have a natural inbuilt rebel that does not like to be told what to do and digs her heels in when she feels like she's being forced to change. So I had to find ways to trick myself into change and to transform some of these habits in an indirect way. And that was the only way that I could transform some of these habits. So I have tried and tested these steps over and over again through some small unhealthy habits, some bigger unhealthy habits, and I'd love to share this step-by-step process with you. I like to approach this from a place of non-judgment, from a place of love and acceptance. I have found that judgment and criticism and being hard on yourself actually can lock some of these habits even deeper in. So my invitation to you is to come to this session from a place of curiosity, non-judgment, acceptance, and receiving yourself exactly where you are now. This will help create space and move some of these habits and patterns in time. I would describe an unhealthy habit as anything you're doing that is getting in the way of you creating the results that you truly desire. That heart, body, soul aligned wealth in every area of your life. An unhealthy habit would be patterns of behavior that are getting in the way of you creating the life, the business, the finances that you desire. It's not so much what you're doing, but how you're doing it and why you're doing it and from where you're doing it. So again, I recommend becoming curious, being the great explorer of yourself, and taking a brave, bold look at what is going on in some of your habits of behavior, and start from that place. When we're looking at unhealthy habits, this could be unhealthy habits around money, around finances. Maybe it's overspending. Maybe it's going into more and more consumer debt. Maybe it's getting rid of money as soon as it comes in. But this could also be unhealthy habits in other parts of your life, not just finance. It could be in business. It could be around health. It could be in your personal life. Because I found these habits can affect all areas of life, some directly and some indirectly. So I'd like you to think about, what is the habit that you're not happy about that you would like to change? I would like to share my step-by-step process for transforming any bad habit. The first thing you need is patience. Patience with yourself. Give yourself time to transform this unhealthy habit. And please be kind to yourself. Being hard on yourself is not going to help you change. So my step 1 to transforming any unhealthy habit is to create space, something I call sacred space, where you're going to sit consciously and mindfully with this process. Put time and space aside for you to do this. Ideally, every day, I would say a minimum of 4 times a week. Step 2, name the habit or behavior. What are you doing specifically? How often? This is where you want to face the facts of your behavior. Look at it. Get honest with yourself. Step 3, name the shame. How do you feel about this habit? How do you feel about this behavior? What judgments do you have about it? You may want to journal with these questions and allow yourself to free flow. Name the feelings that are here around this unhealthy habit. Step 4, what temporary relief or pleasure do you receive from this behavior? What is the pleasure that you get from it? Journal on that question. Step 5, face the facts. What is the impact on this behavior? Short-term impact and long-term impact. Again, you're getting honest with yourself. What is the impact, both short and long-term, on this behavior? Step 6, behind the mask. What is the feeling that you do not want to feel? What is the feeling that you're avoiding feeling through this unhealthy habit or behavior? This is where we want to dig a little bit deeper. You might need to meditate on this question or journal on this question and find this feeling that you don't want to feel. Step 7, the power of your presence. Breathe with the feeling that you don't want to feel. Stay present with it. Feel the feelings, feel the sensations in your body. Step 8, set an intention or a prayer for your desired outcome. What is your desired outcome on the other side of this habit or behavior? What do you want? What do you want on the other side of this? Get clear on what you want. Step 9, divine intervention. This is where we call on the energetic realms. Source, the universe, God, the angels, your ancestors, whatever you feel aligned with, call on energetic support to be with you, to support you with this. Step 10. Receive a divine energetic shower. Imagine that energy from Source, the universe, the divine, showering you with the greatest love that's going to wash through this habit of behavior and the feelings underneath it that you don't want to feel. We're going to allow that beautiful universal energy to flood through you as a beautiful energetic shower, washing away the old. Step 11, call on future wealthy you. Who are you beyond this habit or behavior? How are you? What is life like when you have freed yourself from this unhealthy habit? What is on the other side of this experience? Step 12, your wealthy wisdom. What wisdom does future wealthy you have for you? What wealthy wisdom is here to support you with this problem or challenge? This is a great question to journal on or meditate on. Step 13, embody your wealth. Become the version of yourself that no longer has this habit, the version of you that has transcended this unhealthy habit of behavior. What are you embodying that you haven't been embodying? When you embody your wealth, when you become future wealthy you in the present, what are you embodying that you haven't been embodying? Step 14, liberation. Your unhealthy habits of behavior will be suppressing certain aspects of yourself, certain energy within yourself. When you're no longer suppressing yourself, suppressing these energies, what is on the other side? When you've liberated yourself from these unhealthy habits, what is the energy that is expressed beyond the suppression through unhealthy habits of behavior? Get curious about this energy. Get to know it. Step 15. Learn the lesson. What is the gift, the lesson, the learning, the growth from this unhealthy habit of behavior? Where is the gift here? This is where we go mining for gold. And finally, support. What support do you need to help you transform this unhealthy habit of behavior? Who or what can support you? Opening up to receive support is a key step to stepping into manifestation mastery, to transformation. So tune in, tap into that vulnerability, and ask about the support that you need. You're asking your wealthy wisdom within or future wealthy you to guide you and support you with this question. These steps need patience and practice. It can take time to transform an old habit, an old behavior. Please keep practicing. I recommend every day or a few times a week, but give yourself time. It has taken me sometimes weeks or months or even years to transform an unhealthy habit. Be kind to yourself. Be patient. Hold the bigger picture in mind. Hold that vision of where you're going. and be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself as you start this transformational process. So those are my steps to transforming unhealthy habits. One step at a time, one day at a time, one breath at a time. I would love to know what you've received from today's session. If you have any questions about this step-by-step process, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can head over to my website, larawaldman.com, send me a message. I'd be happy to hear from you. And if you've enjoyed today's session and you're receiving value from this podcast so far, I'd love to ask you to come over and rate and review this podcast. It will help to get this information into the hands of more big-hearted business owners worldwide. And thanks again for joining us for today's session, How to Break Unhealthy Habits. I look forward to being with you again next time. Take care.